So let me take this across first to Sathya Prakash of the Congress party. Mr. Sathya Prakash, interesting the Congress's stand this time to say, well, we are not going to comment too much about the exit polls. We are looking confident that numbers will be different on, counting day. But when you look at some of the numbers that have come in, be it Telangana, be it Karnataka, be it Kerala, be it Tamil Nadu, many of them really raised questions as to where will the BJP really gain, and southern India will really reject them. The numbers that are coming in as far as the exit polls really speak otherwise. Your comment less than 24 hours before counting happens, Mr. Sathya Prakash.
Yeah, Bopana, am I audible? Am I audible?
Very clear. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Mr. Sathya Prakash, we can hear you very clearly. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Bopana, see, we need to treat exit polls as exit polls being done by few agencies. Normally, what happens is the exit poll numbers when compared to opinion polls is very, very less. The second point is today what has happened with the BJP and its NDA partners is it is getting too excited with the exit polls. Exit polls, you need not get excited in one day. Tomorrow we are going to get the results. Another thing is in 2019 also, in whole of South, which constitutes to nearly 129 to 130 seats, BJP got just around 27 to 29 seats, out of which maximum it gained was in Karnataka and it got 1 or 2 seats in Telangana. Now, there are so many aberrations in Karnataka alone. If you look at most of the, I think Axis gave 7% vote share to JDS. JDS is fighting in just 3 seats. If you extrapolate that 7% to those 3 seats, JDS has to get 66% votes in those 3 seats to get 7% of the total vote of Karnataka. Here is the catch. Here is where I am smelling some rat. That these guys, the exit polls have played into the hands of bookies, have played into the hands of bettors, have played into the hands of stock markets. Today, if you see, the stock market has a gap up on the Nifty somewhere at around 600 to 800 points. On the BSE, it is up 2,000 points. The gap up was somewhere around 1,600 to 1,800. So this is exactly a betting mafia and the media trying to please its masters. A guy who is drowning, he tries to catch something to stay afloat. So BJP and NDA partners are doing a last-ditch
Mr.
effort.
Sathya Prakash, let's analyze it state by state. It's it's one thing to say it once or twice. Keep saying, well, the exit polls are wrong, but when the exit polls predict a Congress win, to praise that particular exit poll. Now that is a hypocritic strategy, Mr. Sathya Prakash, and I've seen the Congress do it multiple times. I think it's time to somewhere look at it. Well, the exit polls, whatever they predict, it makes no difference at the end of the day because the results, of course, come out in a day or two, and that's going to happen. But these are various studies performed in different ways. How you perceive it is different. So before the counting day, let's try and analyze and break up how these details really emerge. To say, well, it is to please certain political parties, to please corporates. Well, you can say the same thing when exit polls are predicting the Congress winning. And it's happened multiple times, isn't it?
See, these exit polls have given 3 to 4 seats in Tamil Nadu. They have given 27% vote share in Kerala. Can you imagine? 27% vote share in Kerala. So there are some anomalies is all I am saying. Everyone has a right to do the exit poll. I am not telling exit polls are wrong. They might be right also. But I am telling my point of view and my part.
Now the survival of many of these agencies, Mr. Sathya Prakash, the survival of most of these agencies and most importantly, of course, for credibility of these agencies, they don't deliberately trying to put out wrong numbers. Because eventually if a agency is putting out back-to-back wrong numbers, nobody's going back to them and going to reflect their point of view and on any of the exit poll numbers. So their efforts, of course, will be towards bringing in accurate data too. Just because it's not something that makes one particular party happy, Mr. Prakash, doesn't mean you can completely rubbish all these agencies who are working on the ground. It could be completely different because at the end of the day, this is a survey that's done on the ground. Many people may not, of course, put out their real opinion when these surveyors go out there, and they have mathematical calculations as well. But let's go state by state. If you go by, now you raised two questions. You raised questions about Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Tell me, where do you see the fault, and give us a little bit of analysis what you've done. Because you brought in a very interesting analogy of the JDS, vote percentage that exit polls have given and how much they actually have to do to win the 3 seats. I mean, that was an interesting perspective you brought. So now you're raising questions that probably Kerala is not a state that they'll do so well. The exit polls are giving them those numbers. So what's your analysis?
You look at Telangana. In Telangana, they are saying BRS is going to lose vote share. BRS, most of them is a secular vote bank. That secular vote bank, if at all it moves, it should move to Congress. And if you look in the run-up to the elections, most of the BRS leaders, which party have they joined? Have they joined the BJP or they have joined the Congress? Most of the BRS second-level leaders, second-rank leaders have joined the Congress. So if at all BRS is going to lose some vote share and is going to go down in Telangana, I'm sure that those votes will come to Congress, not to BJP. Few votes might go to BJP.
So BRS votes could have split equally, and it seems like the BRS is the one that's losing, where the BJP is eating a little bit of the BRS vote share. The Congress is eating a bit of the, BRS vote share. At the end of the day, it's the BRS there that stands to lose. And that similar thing seems to be happening if you go by the exit polls as far as even the AI, DMK in Tamil Nadu is concerned. Okay, I'll bring in Dr. Hafeez as well here. Dr. Hafeez, how are you viewing Tamil Nadu in particular, and then your comment on the other states as well?
See, we know we are winning. We have been saying even before the poll started, because considering the structure of the party, considering the quality of our leadership and its consistent performance over last three years, as soon as we have come into the government, the social welfare measures. So we always believe that there are two factors to it. One, the delivery of the promises of the DMK government over 3 years, the trust the people have in our party leadership is one thing. And two, why the people will not vote to anybody other than DMK is the fact that this is a party which has stood for the Tamil cause. Wherever there was a threat to state autonomy from the BJP using governor to run parallel politics, to many issues which compromise the aspiration of the state population. So DMK has stood. So there's no way in the ground that the BJP is going to gain whatever exit polls are predicting. So our victory is for sure, and we don't go with what exit polls is saying. In Tamil Nadu particularly, I like to point out one simple thing. See, one poll agency gives 26 seats to DMK. And there is another poll agency which gives 37 seats to DMK. Look at the variation. There is 11 seats variation that comes around 30% variation from one poll agency to the another poll agency. So in this method, I feel there is contradictory opinion between different poll agencies. So the rationale, because I'm not a cephalogist to go into the details, but I can see that there is a difference. One poll agency giving 26 and another poll agency giving 37. So every poll agency is going to come out and convince, saying they had a rational method to approach and to come to this conclusion. So there is some flaw I see in the exit poll system. Though it is favoring us, we cannot just go by it just because exit polls are saying. So
that's precisely, Dr. Hafeez, what I was saying is each agency employs different means of trying to get to these numbers, and some of them get it right, some of them don't, and that's where the credibility of these agencies really come in, as to how many times they get it right. Now the question here is, most of the agencies have got one thing clear, and we've all been speaking about this, that the NDA is going to do well in terms of their vote share jump. But the question is that the DMK has always maintained, the AIDMK has always maintained that the BJP's vote share may go up, but you're not going to have a situation where, the BJP in terms of seat share will go up. But that too is being predicted, Dr. Hafeez.